Walt Disney was a man of many talents, but above all else, he was a storyteller. As such, he wanted Disneyland to be a fully immersive, carefully crafted experience where guests could have the ability to choose when and where their story would take them next. So what do I mean when I say Disneyland is one giant wheel? Well, allow me to explain. As Disneyland was being built, Walt Disney and the Imagineers at WED Enterprises needed to decide on a layout that would best serve the concept of a storytelling park. If you look at a map of Disneyland, you'll notice it is laid out in a very specific way. You have a central plaza in the middle, and multiple pathways branching out in every direction. In other words, it's a large wheel with the hub in the center where guests can choose which spoke to take next. All of these spokes are connected on the outside by an outer ring, the Disneyland Railroad. This design allows each land to seamlessly flow into the next, and ensures the pacing of each guest's story is maintained. And, as an added bonus, when Star Wars Galaxy's Edge opens in 2019, the path between Critter Country and Frontierland will be complete, and you'll be able to walk around the entire park without doubling back. Every good story needs a beginning, so let's head back over to the main gate. As you enter Disneyland, the first thing you see is Main Street Train Station, which is symbolic because train stations are where journeys begin. As you pass through the tunnel, the famous plaque above you reads, "Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy." Look to either side and you'll see movie-style posters that depict the various attractions and adventures you'll be able to partake in. This is the prologue to your story, and as you exit the tunnel, Disneyland is truly revealed to you for the first time. Before reaching the hub of the wheel to choose your next adventure, you'll first take a stroll down Main Street, USA, which serves as the main spoke. Main Street is modeled after Walt Disney's hometown of Marceline, Missouri, and just like Marceline was the beginning of Walt's story, this is the beginning of yours at Disneyland. So you finally made it to the hub. It's sensory overload. There's so many different sights, sounds, and smells, it's making your head spin, and now the path's split in all different directions. Where do you go now? Don't panic. You're supposed to feel this way. Luckily for you, Imagineering has designed every path leading away from the hub in such a way that you get a preview of each area before you enter it. This is what I like to call framing, and is part of the reason why the spoke and wheel concept works so well. Take Sleeping Beauty Castle for instance. Not only is it the symbol of Disneyland, but the main entrance to Fantasyland. Through the frame of the lowered drawbridge, you can see King Arthur Carousel in the distance, and without even crossing the bridge, you know this path leads to some of Disneyland's classic attractions featuring your favorite animated characters and stories, some of which are scarier than others. Thrill seekers may want to take the northeast spoke away from the hub, which leads to Matterhorn bobsleds. Just make sure you know a good chiropractor. Framed from this angle, Matterhorn looks impossibly tall, and the forced perspective works really well when viewed from this side. Moving further east, you see Tomorrowland. Past the entrance and dedication plaque, you'll see rockets zooming around a Da Vinci-inspired structure surrounded by futuristic lighting and spires. Look closer and you'll also see the woefully underused remains of a certain defunct attraction that literally everyone would love to have back. Anyway, looking towards Frontierland, we see a log fort with the vast wilderness of the Old West lying just beyond. You might even be lucky enough to hear the whistle of the Mark Twain steaming down the rivers of America. Finally, if we look at Adventureland from the hub, we see, well, what do we see? Not much. Of course there's the Tiki Room off to the left, but looking beyond the actual gateway to Adventureland, there's nothing truly significant to note. But remember, nothing is by accident here. The entrance to Adventureland is symbolic, and this is what makes the gateway to my favorite land so brilliant. It suggests that adventure lies just around the corner, and you have to go find out what it is. So I think I've explained enough today. Hopefully you learned something, and next time you visit the park, perhaps you'll see it from a fresh point of view. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more great content. And until the next adventure, thanks for watching.